What is up, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Larry and welcome to another episode of Larry Iceman, or should I say, Diary of 4-Ein Knucklehead. I really has enjoyed a lot to doing this late commentary thing, so I'm gonna continue that. I can race so much better. But yeah, as you know, in this episode we start from Hungaroring. At the first place, I changed couple parts from my engine to brand new. Then, couple words about the case of Red Bull. What the actual fuck is happening there? They really suck Christian Horny. I mean, I didn't see that coming at all. I mean, literally, nobody see that coming. And these huge talks about that Max is going to Mercedes. But as you know, rumors are only rumors. Let's see what actually gonna happen. But imagine Red Bull without Max.
Close your eyes, Dad. Wait, right there, Daddy.
Say.
Oh! Abracadabra, Daddy.
And my biggest question is, why the hell they haven't sacked Helmut Marko? I think that old bastard is the biggest cancer there. But anyway, here we were with Alonso, once again goofing and joking in our motorhome, like a best pals, everybody's favorite duo, even though we are heated rivals and both just tries to manipulate each other's. Our relationship is like when Gold Digger finds some rich grandpa and is telling to everybody, it's not about the money, it's that suspicious look on his eyes. He's a real man.
You are so weird.
But anyway, like usual, practices check and it's time for qualies. And oh boy, Hungaroring, that was really hard track. I haven't tried there before and I was so goddamn slow. I was seriously really worried about that. But I'm half blind, half amazing. I'm tough as balls. And I'm ready for fight. And by the way, in my room there was a fucking hut. At the moment there is a hot wave in Finland. Finland is like 90% of the year dark and cold place, like a freezer without lights. And I haven't used to that butt sweat in the middle of the day. First, I got a really big problem. I didn't have a slightest clue what kind of wings should I use there. But then I was like, fuck it, and put the highest wings as possible. So the strategy is simply, more is more, less is less, the more the better, the most the best, and of course, balls deep. In first lap, my business plan was that I'm gonna make a lap with the medium tires, get, little confidence and traction of the track, blah blah blah, whatever. But, I don't know how that's even possible, but I was a fucking slower with the fresh set of soft tires. Like, I know I suck, but I didn't expect that I suck more than average adult film star in a month. Like, what the hell? But thank God that was still enough for Q2. In Q2, things didn't go any smoother than before. I was struggling heavily. First lap was completely horse crap, and once again my confidence has turned into fear. I was like Yuki Tsunoda, waiting that after race meeting where Helmut Marko is gonna spank his little tush because bad results. But this was once again for the name of the Iceman. And luckily, you don't believe guys, I fucking did it. I was like a fattest pig dancing on the shit. But still, I was extremely worried. I was lost. I didn't know what to do. So I started to pray some help from the master. Kimi, please. I know that you don't give a shit, but please, I'm lost. What should I do?
We can always dream about things, but we don't make the rules, so... Okay.
And with this advice on my belt, it was now dog eat dog, kill or be killed. I didn't even know what to expect anymore. But I was really starting to find my rhythm and connection with the track. I wasn't slipping in every corner anymore. And oh boy, that is a B6. I was so goddamn happy. This is good example. Never give up and always balls deep. Go! Well, not that deep, but carefully, with the swing and style. Thank you, Gimme. You gave me the strength. You gave my confidence back. If I'm in deep waters again at some point, do you mind if I ask you some help again?
No, I don't want.
That's okay. I know the answer before I even ask that.
Best in the world.
Once again, better results from qualifiers that nobody expected, and then lights go out, and boom, I got excellent start, and smooth operator in front of me was thinking his hot girlfriend and mess his start. Then I dive in the middle, and then boom, Charles Leclerc couldn't do nothing. And man, that was so goddamn Gucci start. I was so goddamn proud of myself, because you know, in Hungary overtaking is very very hard. And now I was in the third position, and ahead of me was Supermax and Nandaloris, aka the Kermit the Frog from the Muppets show. Seriously, am I the only one who thinks that Lando's voice sounds exactly like Kermit the Frog?
Well, Doctor, I see these strange creatures every time I say the word, phenomena.
But anyway, here I was, driving behind the two fastest drivers on the grid. My confidence was running extremely high, because in my head I was thinking a millisecond I'm gonna catch that dude. But once again, everything was just delusion, and quickly I remember who I was. A Christmas noob. Half blind, but not half amazing. Half blind and half goofy. I was inside the cage with the tigers, and I was just upset little cat. They were going. And fast. And quickly, like when you first time get laid, quickly, my tires weren't fresh anymore and I started to slip like a Bambi on ice. Quickly, smooth operator and rest of the crew catch me. But thank God, it was a Hungaroring, and only place where you really can overtake is a main straight. And thanks to my high wing strategy, I was able to be very very late on brakes, and I was able to defend that position pretty damn good. But I was feeling the pressure from behind. And I was feeling that heat wave from outside, what was making my room a living ring of fire. I was so sure I'm gonna make a mistake. And then the mistake happens. But it wasn't me. It was a smooth operator himself. I mean, wow, that's pretty cool that I is making these kind of mistakes in this game also. Very sorry for smooth operator, but like we all know, he don't care. He's the real winner. But yeah, move on. I've been finding out one thing that happens in every race. I don't know, is that just delusion in my head, or has it something to do that track is getting better and car loses weight during the race, whatever. But every single time when I'm with medium tires, car feels so goddamn horrible. And then all of a sudden, when I change to hard tires, car feels totally different. Start feeling good, you know. And I'm sure it has to do something that I'm not too good driver. But still, it's so goddamn weird. So yeah, I was making that pit stop once again a little bit earlier than other drivers in front of me. And I was hoping that I can at least keep my position. I started to worry about that, because ahead of me was slower cars. But thank God, the plan works. As always, genius stuff by the Iceman once again. Recognize your weaknesses, work with them, and make them your driving force. That's my advice to all Christmas noobs over the world who is playing F125. But yeah, if you think that job was done, no, not even close. Still behind me was both Ferraris, George Russell and Oscar Piastri. They were on a mission. Try to roast that half-blind goofy's bum that he would make a mistake. And guys, guess what really happens? Fernando Alonso got mechanical failure and he retires from the race. I mean, poor Fernando. Inside of my heart, I love him. But sadly, my gimmick at the moment is to be heated rivals with him. So, fuck yes. But yes, as usual, I was starting to be slow as shit lap after lap. Russell and company were 17 times faster than me, but thank God, like we know, we were in Hungaroring, no places to overtake. I just need to keep my head cool. But yeah, battle of the third place was on fire. I was just thinking Kimi, Valentino Rossi, Hulk Hogan, Undertaker, Damian Lillard, and Frank Drebin. All my heroes, all their tricks, how they've been dominating. How they have done something incredible for winning their battles at the times when it mattered the most. Cars were flying from everywhere, pressure was on its peak. But I didn't give up. I got my plan. I wouldn't let that slip on my hands, because this is a pinnacle of motorsport. Yes, yes, yes. I fucking did it. I was so fucking proud of myself. Thank you, Hungaroring, for being so goddamn tight track.
Yes, yes, come on, we're on the podium. Good job this weekend. That's a great drive. Thank you.
And that heated rival things, oh boy, I started to take advantage of fucking Fernando Alonso. I couldn't believe that. And next thing after the race was once again secret meeting with Ferrari. That's my goal, to be there. Two names which are matching like a peanut butter and jelly is of course Iceman and Ferrari. We'll see what's gonna happen. But next up was Zandvoort in Netherlands, home of Max Verstappen. And guys, after practices, I don't know what to even say. This track became, inside of my head, most disliked track so far. Practices went horribly wrong. And it was still a heat wave in my room. And I honestly was feeling that I would rather tie my balls to rope and go hang from the telephone pole. What the hell? And first I thought it was this engine part that was screwed my engine, and that's why the car was feeling so goddamn bad. But quickly I realized it wasn't that at all. This track was just so goddamn horrible. I think this is just a benchmark to Christmas noobs, but thank God I still survive through the Q2. But oh boy, I wasn't enjoying driving there. Especially this last sector and this last fucking oval. I hate that oval more than fucking Nazis. Okay, not that much, but still, I wasn't fan of that. Thank God I wasn't alive commentating. I think you guys could have witnessed that grown-ass man is about to cry. But still, like in Hungary, some weird way, in Q3, I somehow managed to find some extra pace. I was driving above my Christmas noob level, and I was so goddamn surprised that I was in P6. But my reaction didn't share that surprise, because inside of me was boiling fire and hatred about this track. I was so goddamn mad. I was really thinking that I'm gonna retire in the first lap. I was so sure that I'm gonna crash or something would happen. So the retiring would just save time and my mental health. But thank God I didn't do that. Because you guys know, I'm a tough as balls. I'm a fighter. In video games. In real life, I'm an overweight pussy who likes cookies. But here I was, racing with anger inside of my head because of that track and hot burning hot wave that was causing a Niagara Falls falling through my butt cheeks. And to be honest, this Zandvoort track was so goddamn boring in the perspective of racing. No places for overtaking, just bunch of mad fast-paced corners and that fucking last oval. So same thing that was in Hungary. I was in pretty good safe with my position, because the main straight was once again the pretty much only place where you can overtake if the driver ahead of you is not doing any big mistakes. But guys, my prayers were answered second time in this career mode. The bomb gets here once again mechanical failure. That gave me a little bit of smile on my face. But about this race, I really don't have nothing much to say. Every lap was pretty much the same and merry-go-round over and over again. Then, again, when I got the new tires, the car feels once again a little bit better. And surprisingly, I was faster than Sir Lewis Hamilton, who was on the podium fight before a pit stop. I think he got something broken in his car or whatever. I don't know, but I go past him. But then, lap after lap, strangely, my left front tire was so much more scuffed compared to other tires, and that makes my race engineer going totally nuts. After almost every lap he was saying,
"We have a new strategy for you. We have a new strategy. Hey, did you know that you can come to make a pit stop your 4-eye goofy?"
It was so fucking annoying. I wish I could just actually take that radio by myself and shout, "Go fuck yourself!" But I hold my horses, and I was once again in the middle of the last lap battle between George Russell and a company. George one time goes past me pretty nicely, but I was like, fuck it, outside no matter what it cost. And then, man, I turn straight to him and my underbody takes huge damage. So that just makes my 2 final laps even more challenging. I was so numb and exhausted about that race and that heat wave. Pain was real inside of my head. One mistake and it's over. But thank God I didn't make any big mistakes and we were in Zandvoort. That was enough to secure my P5. Holy shit. But after that experience, I think I'm not gonna ever drive here anymore. That was so fucking horrible.
Siihen menetään raja!
But to be honest, I was kinda like happy because that could be way more worse. But what was making me mad, that Alonso was on podium. That old fucking bastard. Okay, really, I'm so goddamn happy. And I wish that could happen in this year in real F1. I love him. But here, we are rivals, unfortunately. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. It means a lot to me. I love you. In next video, we are in Monza and Baku. Two totally different circuits that I haven't even tried before this. But yeah, until next time, see ya.